The Philippines is a land with a tropical climate rich in biodiversity. Several different crops for consumption are being produced, one of which is cocoa, or what the country calls cacao. The Philippines is the first cacao hub in Asia, with 30,000 active hectares of Philippine cacao lands and 80% of this in the Mindanao region. Davao is now coined as the cacao capital of the Philippines. Farmers and growers in Mindanao are encouraged and being supported by various educational programs aimed at sharing new and innovative ways to grow and maintain cacao trees. The cacao beans are purchased from the farmers at a higher value to inspire quality and give farmers the opportunity to improve their standard of living. Through our shared love for chocolate across the global diaspora, we seek to raise awareness of the art of cacao farming and chocolate making, and most importantly, create greater social impact for our Filipino farmers.
Hi, I'm Grace Gincho. I'm the co-founder of the Entrepreneurs, a collective of 6 Australian Filipinas working together to bring the Filipino cuisine, culture and communities to the hearts and minds of Australians in Wiradjuri country.
For me, chocolate is a gateway ingredient that allows me to gain a better appreciation of my Filipino heritage. Brands like Oro Chocolate, Cacao Culture Farms, Philo and Theo, and Malagos Chocolate serve as a sweet platform to introduce Australians to single origin, award-winning, and proudly Filipino chocolates. And what better way to start with a little chikahan with Santiago Cayugan, an Australian, Filipino, Canadian chocolatier based here in Melbourne.
So my name is Santiago, and we're here to talk about the Philippines and chocolate. Growing up in a house that was so food-oriented, I was always surrounded by food and snacks and chocolate, especially chocolate snacks from the Philippines. I've always had a strong connection to chocolate, being able to create things that are works of art, such as chocolate sculptures. You can put so much craft and detail, and it's trying to find how you can stretch those limitations as much as possible while still doing things that can bring joy to the customers and people you share it with. My company that I've started is called Mami Coco. The name comes from what my wife and I call our baby girl. It champions chocolate. It ties strongly into the family and the family connection. And really I want to be able to grow big and showcase the different uses of chocolate and different cultures across the world. When I'm looking for good chocolate, anything that's ethically sourced, anything that's sustainable, and anything that's obviously tasty. Filipino chocolate hits all 3 of those boxes. A majority of chocolate comes from the Philippines, and the product that they produce is at such a high level. Being able to showcase Filipino chocolate would be something that would make me be proud of.
So today I'm going to show you how to make a traditional Aussie dessert called the trifle. This one I'm going to be showing you how to make it with a Filipino twist. We're going to make it a chocolate version, and we're going to make the best use of our Oro chocolates from Davao. So come a little closer, I'll show you what makes up this trifle. So you're going to start off with your jam sponge layer there, some macerated raspberry and blueberries. Toss in some of the strawberries now. We've tried to make it more Filipino by actually adding some coconut sugar, which has already been added to that mix, which is what's drawn out some of the moisture. But the other thing that I've done to spike up some of the Filipino flavor is put some calamansi juice into it. Berry granola, which you can get already pre-made from your supermarkets, and another Filipino twist, toasted coconut. So now I'm going to show you how to make the chocolate custard with the Oro dark chocolate coins. You're going to have 4 egg yolks, so make sure you have your 2 bowls. This is where your whites will go, and that will then go into that bowl. 50 grams of unsalted butter and a ½ cup of refined white sugar. You're going to be whisking up your sugar, your butter and your egg yolk mix here. When you get the butter all emulsified in that manner, the next step is to put it over a water bath. So before I put the custard mix, I'm going to add a ½ cup of water to that and put it over the water bath. And continue to mix until you get to 160 Celsius. So let's go. It's all frothy. It was mixed in with the sugar as well as the butter. You're going to add in your Oro chocolate coins, 110 grams of it, or 4 ounces. And this should all melt away into a beautiful chocolate custard. And I'm going to show you a bit of a secret ingredient. Put a little bit of instant coffee mix into that. It just really amps up the flavor of the cacao. And we're going to let that cool down for a little while. A cup of whipped cream, which has been whipped together with 2 tablespoons of caster sugar until it gets to a stiff peak like that. With your spatula, just gently fold that in. It basically aerates your mix. What I'm going to do now is put it in the fridge for at least an hour to set. Once you've got your custard set in the fridge, you're going to be putting it into a piping bag similar to the one we've got here. And in the separate piping bag, you'll put some chantilly cream, which is essentially whipped cream, vanilla and sugar. So using a big bowl, because this is going to be for a Filipino feast, we're going to start putting the layers together. So as you've seen, you've got some jam layers here. So put it all onto the edge of the trifle bowl. You also want it on the bottom of the trifle bowl. You don't want too many gaps in the base, so that's your first layer. Your second layer is going to be your macerated berries, and you want to get as much of that liquid as well as the berries into this trifle bowl. Add all the juices into that. So this is a chocolate custard that you made with your Oro chocolate from Davao. Add the chocolate mix in the inside as well to cover up all your berries. So the next part is adding the textural elements to it. This one here is a berry granola. You also want to put some of your toasted coconut. The last but not least layer of this is going to be your chantilly cream. Starting from the edge, then finish it up in the center. And this is where you're going to decorate. Add a little bit of your shaved chocolate. That will then be topped up with another textural element of your toasted coconut flakes. So there you go. You've got 2 sizes of your trifle. You have the mini version of it, or you have this humongous one here. Again, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to show you the versatility of Philippine chocolates in the form of Oro, and we welcome you to continue to showcase some of the produce by purchasing them at your local sari-sari store or philoartisantrade.com. You can get some online produce as well. Thanks again.
I trust that you agree that the chocolate trifle with mixed berries is a perfect dessert given a Filipino twist with Philippine chocolates and local berries. A centerpiece dessert for all celebrations and seasons. The connection we share through food is a gift. In partnership with the Philippines Department of Tourism, may you enjoy the flavors, stories, and new ideas from the entrepreneurs come to life through this cacao story. The cacao story is our invitation to you. Join us, imagine what's possible, and help us grow the bounty of opportunities between the Philippines and Australia as we herald our shared 75th celebration in 2021.